We're gonna eat some hot dogs today. Boom! Wow, we got 'em really big today, huh? I hope I don't get fat. And I think we're getting a bit slower the more. Wow, we're getting really big today. Getting really big. As you can see, our coins are increasing. So I got a suggestion the other day, and by my friend Mr. Pkefi or something. I don't know, I forgot his name. I can't really pronounce it, but he wanted me to make a simulator. So today I decided to make a simulator series where I make basically a simulator. Now it's going to be a very basic and fundamental tutorial, I guess you could say. Now this is going to be this like part one, because of course it's going to be a series. You know, I can't just make one entire simulator in just one video. That's going to take too long. But we're going to make some simple stuff today. So we're going to make, for example, right now we're going to make a simulator where there are hot dogs, and we're gonna, like every time you touch a hot dog, basically you eat it, it makes you bigger. And the more bigger you get, the more coins you have. And when you get to a certain point, you can rebirth. And that's when you lose all your coins, but then in return, you get an upgrade, I guess you can say. Of course, if you play simulators, you know what I'm talking about. So we're going to be working on 3 things, or not really, more like 4 things. So the fact that you can grow when you eat hot dogs, the stats, so the coins value, the size, because that's basically like the experience you get. And we're going to work on the rebirths, but we're probably going to work more on that later. I'm not sure, it depends on how long this tutorial will take. So to start with the tutorial, let's make sure we have a beautiful map. So we're going to do, okay, let's unlock this. Let's just make this, we're not going to take too long on this. Let's make this look good, at least, don't make it too ugly. Okay, this is good enough. Let's search up house class. Let's make this a classic retro themed map, I guess you can say. Okay, we got this house right here, and then let's put a tree. Let's see, where is it? Let's tree classic. Let's have a classic tree, classic old tree right here. Okay, maybe make this a bigger, size. Okay. Okay, let's make this look even. Okay, so let's say this is our map. Of course, I'm not going to take too long on this. So of course, if you are the builder of your game, you're probably going to make it more better than this. But anyways, we're going to start with inserting a hot dog. Now usually there are some that won't work, so let's see this one. So this one actually should work. This one has the mustard on it. If you click on this one, I think this one is a tool. Make sure it's not a tool though, because if it's a tool, then when the player steps on it or touches it, it will actually equip it, and you don't want that. So make sure this is correct. Okay, make sure this is probably make this a bit, oops, no. Okay, so actually let's get a dummy to test this out. So we're gonna get a dummy real quick. So this looks good enough. This looks good enough. Maybe a bit smaller on top. Okay, so now we're gonna check. So this is a mesh part, I think. We're gonna make sure everything, so this anchored. Okay, probably turn cancel light off. I don't know, maybe it's more smoother like that. I think it's better. So now you have the hot dog. Everything is I think everything is good with this hot dog. Nothing wrong with it would mess the game up. So then we can insert this script. So this script, what we're gonna do in it, we're gonna say when the player touches this hot dog, he's gonna get an extra point in their size. Or actually, first, what we're gonna do is actually change the size of the character. So for example, when the player first joins the game, he'll have no size, but the more hot dogs he eats, the more bigger the player gets. So what we're gonna do is first make a touch function, right? Touch function. So we're gonna do first. Let's make one variable. Part equals to the parent. Okay, then we can do part dot touched. So part is the part, of course. Dot touched. When the part's touched, connect to a function, and then brackets hit. So this is what we're going to be. This is a parameter. I'm going to tell you what we're going to use this for getting the player's character. So we're going to make a variable here. Player equals game dot players, get player from character, hit that parent. So hit that parent means, so hit is basically whatever hit the touched, or whatever touched the part. So hit right here is whatever touched the part. Hit that parent would basically be the character of the player. So if a player touches it, it would be the character of the player. Otherwise, it wouldn't be the player, because it could touch anything. It could touch this base plate, but it probably wouldn't, because we're gonna have this anchored. But you get the idea. So what we're gonna do, if player, so if whatever touches it is a player, that's why we do it. And then you have this end right here. Then we can add the values, or not add the values. We're gonna do whatever we want to do. So we're gonna do player dot character dot humanoid. So the character of the player, humanoid, the humanoid of the character of the player, and dot head scale. I think that's pretty self-explanatory. The scale of the head, that value equals, well, you can change this to anything you want. First, before we do that, let's make this more organized, and so it's more helpful for us to understand what's going on. So let's do grow val. Let's make 3 values. Local normal val equal 1. So this is the normal value of the size of the head. Then do grow, local grow. Actually, yeah, whatever. Grow val equals 1.1. Let's make it so when the player eats a hot dog, they grow gradually but not too fast. All right. So 1.1. So a bit bigger when they touch the hot dog. So what we're gonna do here is first, let's see, how can we manipulate this? Okay. So now we have this. We have the grow val. Now you can change this to whatever you want, whatever suits your game. So we're gonna do, what you can do is copy and paste this. Plus grow val. Okay. So what this does, it's saying that the player, the head scale of the player, is the same as the head scale of the player, in addition to the grow val, which is 1.1. Actually, I think I should change this to 0.1 because yeah, it should be changed to 0.1. A quicker way you can do this, even though it's a bit confusing, just do plus equals grow val. So what it means is grow val is added to the scale. Okay, oops. Okay, so grow val, which is 0.1, is added to the head scale of the player. So I think this should work, right? And then we copy and paste this to the other body parts of the player, or the other scales. So the second scale would be the body depth. Pretty self-explanatory, body depth, I guess you could say. Right. Then the third one, body depth scale. And then this is body width scale. Okay. Body, and then the last one I think should be body height scale. I'm gonna need to check this real quick. So head scale, body depth scale, body width scale, body height scale. Let's actually change this to 0.5 instead, just so we can see there's a difference. I'm going to check real quick on the video. So body depth scale, body width, body height scale, because this should be correct. Okay. So that value plus equals grow val. So this is what this should do. Now whenever we touch the hot dog, it should make us grow. And we're going to finish it. When we're finished, we're going to do part. Okay, I don't know why. Yeah, sorry. Part that destroy. So basically the part is destroyed, so of course when we eat it, we're not gonna keep on touching it. It's gonna be destroyed, and so we have to look for other hot dogs to eat. Okay, so now we have this. We only made it. Actually, let's test this first before anything else. So let's test this out. Now I'm not sure why, but it seems like Roblox servers are a bit kind of slow today. Oh, I spawned on the house. Okay, well. Okay, let's touch it. Let's see if this works. All right, so we've gotten bigger. The hot dog disappeared. Very simple script, nothing too complicated. Now let's start with the other stuff. So now we can get. Let's get a script and put this in server script service. Make sure put the script in the server script service. Sorry. Okay. Now this is very basic. This is what we're gonna do is gonna make a stat system, a leader stats. So we're gonna make for size, coins, and rebirths. Okay. So we're gonna do game, the player added, connect function, player, the player. It's just short for player. Second last bracket, enter. So this is an event whenever the player joins the game. All right, and we're going to refer to this as the player that joined. So then we're going to do local first leader stats equal instance.new folder leader stats. This is a leader stats folder. Now a leader stats folder holds all the stats for the player. So leader stats dot name equal leader stats. Make sure it's exactly like this, otherwise it won't work. So leader stats, make sure you spell it correctly. Should be correct, right? Okay, leader stats dot parent equal player. Okay, I think this should be good. Now we can make all of our values inside the leader stats folder. So then we can do local size equals instance.new value. Oops, no, instance.new. This will be a number value. Size dot name equals size, so how big the player is. Size dot value, not value, we don't really need value right now. It will be 0 by default. And parent equal leader stats. Okay, then we can make our coins, so we can buy stuff. This will be in our future video probably. We'll call it instance new, same thing. It's a new number value, so the amount of coins you have. And then we can do coins dot, so the same thing, by the way. You can skip this and copy and paste this. I'll probably paste it in Pastebin or something. So coins dot name equal coins dot parent equal leader stats. Okay, lastly a local rebirth equals, it's not new, dot new number value, rebirth dot name equal rebirths. Okay, that's wrong. Oops. Rebirth dot parent equal leader stats. Okay, so this should be all good, ready to go. All right. Now let's go back to the script for the hot dog. So now when we click on this, a little second before we destroying, it should be the last thing we do. Okay. So in between this, we're gonna do player dot leader stats dot size plus equals, same as this. So we're gonna add to it. So plus equals means add to whatever is before it. Plus equals 1. Let's say every time they eat a hot dog, they gain 1 size, right? 1 amount of size. And it's, by the way, oh sorry, it's size dot value. Sorry, size dot value because it's a number value, so it's a value type, value instance. I guess you could say, I'm not sure if that's correct, but it's size dot value. I know I make a lot of these types of mistakes, so make sure it's not size but size dot value, because size is just the value itself. You know, there's a lot of other properties of it. So make sure you do this and add, and you can change this. You can change this to 2 or 3 or whatever. Or let's change it to 2 just because it's not as lame, right? So whenever we heat the hot dog, it should give us 2 size and our things. Now you can also make it so it gives you coins. So copy and paste this. And you can do, instead of size dot value, do coins dot value, so amount of coins, plus 5. Plus equals 5. Now if you find this kind of confusing, the syntax, I know the syntax is a bit confusing at first, but just remember this is basically the same thing as saying, for example, this same thing as saying player.leaderstats.value equals player.leaderstats.value plus 5. I think this is easier to understand, but it's much less efficient. You know what I'm saying? Like you have to copy and paste. I don't really like copy and pasting, but these two, just make sure this and this, same exact thing. Same exact code, of course. That's what I meant. So it should give us 2 sides and 2 coins. Let's test this out and see if it works. So we have our leader stats values. We have size, coins, and rebirths. Okay, boom. When we touch this, we got 2 sides and 5 coins. So we've done this. Now let's say, what else? What do we have? So we've done the thingy-majingy and the other thingy-majingy. Lastly, hold on, let me think. Okay, so this works perfectly, this hot dog. Now we want to just spread this out. So there are multiple hot dogs everywhere. Okay. Oops. Okay. Now let's say you have enough hot dogs, right? But eventually all the hot dogs will be eaten and there will be none left. There will be no hot dogs left. So how can you make it so it regens hot dogs, so it respawns hot dogs forever? This is actually very simple. Now make sure you go on workspace, plus the plus button, get a folder, and make sure you insert a part. First insert a part, and then what you can do, okay. So we have this part right here inside this folder. So we're gonna call this the spawns folder. Okay. There are many ways to do this, but this is the most simplest way for sure. Like, I'm pretty sure. Okay, let's go. So make this anchored. Can collide equals false. Transparency equals 0. Actually, let's make this later so we can see the spawns. Yeah. Okay, let's make this blue so we can see it. So this will be all of our spawns for our hot dogs. This is why we are doing this. So you can really spread this out. So put this anywhere you want. Oops. Oops. Nope. Wrong one. Okay, these are small too. Okay, what the hell? Yeah, stop. Okay, this is gonna be hard to manage. Okay. I'm gonna spread this out. You know what I'm saying, right? Self-explanatory. It's very easy to do. Make sure they're in different places, maybe in good places, maybe in hardest places. Okay, I think that's enough. That's more than enough. So all these parts right here, make sure you select them all. Okay, so these are all the spawns. Make sure all the spawns are in this folder so you can access them easily, and so it's actually easier to reference, I guess you can say. So make sure this is transparent completely, so transparency equals 1, so the player doesn't see them. So now you can see them anymore. Okay, now we can start with the script. So let's insert another script. Let's have one hot dog now. Let's not have many. For the sake of this testing, we're gonna have one hot dog and it's gonna spawn. Okay, so we're gonna have this hot dog right here. Okay, first let's make the script anyways. So insert another script inside server script service, not this one. So we're gonna call this hot dog spawn. Okay, and this hot dog, you want to move this. You want to move this in a replicated storage. Okay, so keep this in the storage. And what we're gonna do with it, we're gonna clone it, and we're gonna clone it and replicate it to all those spawns for however many times you want. So we're gonna do. Let's make some variables so it's easier. Local replicated equal game dot replicated storage. Local spawns equals game dot workspace dot spawns. So this is the folder that holds all of our hot dog spawns. Actually, instead of this replicated, fine, whatever. Local hot dog. So this is what we'll be cloning. Replicated dot hot dog. Okay. So then we're gonna make a for loop. Not really a for loop. Actually, we're gonna make a while loop instead, shall we? So what we're gonna do is, okay, then we're gonna make num. I'll make a num value. So num equals 0. So this is gonna count how many coins, not how many coins, so how many hot dogs are in the spawns. because the reason why you want to do this is so if there's, like, for example, if there's a max amount of hot dogs in the map, you don't want the hot dogs to keep on spawning, right? So if the spawns are full, we don't want to, you know, over spawn them or something, if you know what I mean. So we're gonna do while true do, while num is, let's say, less than 10 do. So this is basically saying while the amount of hot dogs is less than 10, so we don't want to overload the map with hot dogs. You'll see how we'll do it. So we'll do hot dog clone, hot dog clone dot parent equal workspace, sorry, not workspace, game dot workspace, make sure it's game dot workspace dot spawns. And then what we're gonna do, actually, instead of this, no, sorry, I forgot one important thing. So we want to spawn them randomly, right? All right, so let's make a variable for the table. So for a random, we're gonna make a table, then pick a random spawn. So local spawn table equals spawns get children. So this basically puts all the spawns that's in the spawn folder and it puts them into a table. Then we're gonna do local rand equals, I think I forgot, so math.random, spawn table math.random actually math.random 1 to the number of spawns in the spawn folder, spawn table. Okay, so we should probably put this inside the while loop. Okay, while true do, I'm not sure why this is here, equals, oh sorry, this is incomplete. So we're gonna do hot dog clone equals parent. No, hold on. I think I'm a bit confused right now. So we're gonna do spawn table. Okay, we're gonna do spawn table, and then since this is a table, we're gonna insert rand. So basically, what this does is rand spawn table. Okay, so I know this is a bit confusing, but also I'm trying to digest this right now because I don't know, it's been a while since I've used this. So spawn table gets all the spawns in the spawn folder and puts them into a table. Rand basically chooses a random spawn from that table. And what we're going to do, we're going to clone the hot dog that's in the replicated story and put it in one random spawn in the spawns folder. So which is a spawns table, we convert it into a table, right? So I think, I don't know, this local rand equals spawn table. Okay, spawn table math.random 1 spawn table. Okay, basically what this does is math.random chooses a random number from 1 to the amount of spawn tables or the amount of spawns we have. Okay, so from 1 to 10 or something, I don't know, that's probably how much hot dogs we have right now, hot dog spawns, sorry. Okay, so we're gonna clone it, parent it under the spawn table, and this is useful because we want to check if there's a hot dog spawned in the spawn, I guess you can say. Anyways, let's do num equals 1. So now there is one and there's an addition of 1 num, so closer to 10. Then we can do right here, let's see the opposition. Okay, so hot dog opposition. So hold a minute, actually let's redo this. Local hot dog clone equals hot dog clone. Let's cut this actually, and then we'll do hot dog clone. So actually hot dog clone. So we're just gonna convert this into a variable instead because we're gonna reference it after. And we're gonna do hot dog clone dot seed frame position basically. cframe is basically the position, equals spawn table rand dot position dot cframe. Okay, so I think this should work fine. Hold on a minute. Let's see. Okay, sorry. Actually, what we should do instead, guys, realize spawn table. Yeah. Okay, hold a minute. Actually, instead for rand, make sure this actually is not spawn table. Sorry, it's just the rand is just the number between 1 and a number of spawns. Sorry for that, because we're referencing spawn table afterwards, which is spawn table, and then the index, which is random, which is the random number. Now what we're gonna do is then okay, then we can do if spawn table rand find for child, find for his child hot dog. I think you spelled it. Make sure you spell it correctly. Then, or I should say, if not, then, and okay, and paste this into here. So what this does is, hold on, did I do something wrong? What? And if not, then that's weird. Why is there 2 ends here? Okay, so if you didn't understand, if not, spawn table rand find for child hot dog. So basically, I have a spawn table. So spawn table. So we have the what's it called again? The spawns. If the spawn, we're gonna get one right here. Okay, so if this spawn, for example, if a hot dog spawns here, it's not gonna spawn more hot dogs in the same place. So it's gonna find another place where there isn't a hot dog. And spawn it there in that spawn. So I think that's I explained it well. Okay, I hope you understand. Hopefully you're not confused as hell or something. I think I explained that pretty well. All right. Now I'm not sure. This is pretty. It's been a while since I scripted something like this, but it should work totally fine. Totally fine. Okay, so let's see if this works. We're also gonna be okay. Never mind. Nah. Okay. 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 Yeah, there's some mistakes I made, but this should be correct if you watch till the end of the video. So hopefully you've done no mistakes so far. Now let's see if the hot dogs will spawn or not. Okay. Boom. Actually, we had all the hot dogs spawned already, so that's pretty good. The reason why you see it actually spawning immediately is because we never made a wait. So it actually works perfectly. We just need to, the only thing we need to make a wait function. So we're gonna do wait 6, wait 3. So it waits 3 seconds every time after a hot dog is spawned. So we have one right here. Okay, is there gonna be more? This one right there, okay, spawned. And what else? Okay, there's one. I think there's one there. Spawned. Another one there, spawned. So right now we're gonna eat some hot dogs today. Boom! Wow, we got really big today, huh? I hope I don't get fat. And I think we're getting a bit slower the more. Wow, we're getting really big today. Getting really big. As you can see, our coins are increasing and our size is also increasing. Okay, this is pretty good. Now, the very last thing you want to do, I'm not sure if I even should put this in the video because it's actually, I think I should do this pretty quickly. Of course, we want to make the data safe. So the very last thing you want to do, let's try to make this quick. I'm gonna go check my, just for reference, because this is kind of confusing. It's probably the most hardest part. So right now we're gonna go on the main script right here for the leader stats. Now before the very first thing, let's make some variables for the data store. So local data store. The data store. equal game.get service, game get service, no, not get children, get service, data store service, local data equal data store, get data store brackets stats. This is going to be called stats. Okay, so now what we're going to do next is make the get async function. So we're going to do get async, data get async. So this is our data, get async, and we're going to do get async, so player.user ID, the user ID of the player, and then actually not the comma, dot coins, or our first stat will be size. So we're gonna make basically a value for all of our stats that we want to save. So instead of well, these are a bit different than these ones right here. So we're gonna do local size with local size, or I'm not sure if size, local size, local coins with capital. Make sure this should be different values, I'm pretty sure. And then local rebirth, so it's going to be spelled all differently. So then we can do size equals data get async pair user ID and size. The reason why we do this is so we know, so this is the key for the player. That's I guess the player's I don't know, it's hard to explain, but it's basically the player's data stored. So if they have any size, so the amount of size they have stored, this is what we're going to be referencing. So for the example, the reason why I do this is so we know this is the size that has been saved. And this is going to be the same exact thing for the other two values. So instead of size, we're going to do coins. And instead of, and then we're going to do reverse. Then I'm going to change this key to whatever is corresponding. So coins, and this one, rebirths. So this is the key for the stat type. So we have size, coins, and rebirths. So then we can make, we can set the values. If they have it saved, we're going to set the values to their stats. So we're going to do if size, and make sure this is different than this this value right here, because if these are the same, first of all, these are two different variables. You can't have the two variables that are same exact with the same exact name, and we want to differentiate this because this is the size that have been saved inside the data store. So if size, and I guess you can just say it's the size, right? Not values, it's because it's the one. It's the I guess the number value that have been saved, right? It's because you're saving a value, right? And if it doesn't equal nil, meaning if it's not 0 basically, so the player new to the game, or if the player is not new to the game basically. So if it's nil, that means the player is new to the game. If it's not nil, that means the player is not new to the game and they saved some of their stats. Okay, then we'll do size equal size at value. Size at value. Size at value is the size the stat in the game that I have. Okay, and then this should be the end of the if statement. Copy and paste this 3 times for the other values. So if coins doesn't equal to nil, coins equal coins at value. So coins is the stat we've made in the leader stats right here. It will be set to the coins that have been saved in the data store. And then lastly, rebirth. Then we'll do rebirth equals I think, oops, that's my bad, never mind. It's actually the other way around. Okay, my bad. That's actually size at value equals size, and coins at value equals coins. So this coins, okay. So this coins is this coins that have been saved. Same thing with size, and it's being set to the leader stats in the game. Their leader stat, the player's leader stats, it's the player stats, I should say. Okay, and size. So, not rebirths. Rebirths, not rebirths. Rebirths. Sorry, it's rebirths. with a lowercase, okay, rebirths. So basically, the rebirth, the stat of the player, the rebirth stat of the player is equal to the rebirths that have been saved. In summary, okay. So now we've done this abomination. Should work completely fine. I made a lot of mistakes with data stores. Data stores are a bit more complicated to make. I don't know. For in my opinion, I think data stores are a bit complicated. Now we've done when the player joins. Now what if the player leaves? So we're going to do game.players. Player removing. So when a player leaves, connect function. Player again, the player that leaves the game. Then what we're going to do is local pcall function, local pcall function. Local success error equal pcall function. Error message. So local success, there's two variables here. Local success is error method equals a pcall function. Hold a minute. Function, okay. Press enter on the thing. Oh, hold on a second. I think I did something wrong. Wait. Pcall. Sorry. It's written like this. Okay, I don't really make these a lot. I only use this in data stores, so that's why I'm a bit confused with this. I'm not really, I'm not really good with that. Anyways, it should be written like this. Finally. Okay, now we can get similar to how we did getAsync right here. Similar to how we did getAsync, which is a function of the data store that we've made. Now we're gonna do setAsync, which basically sets the sync. Meanwhile, getAsync basically gets a sync. It's kind of, I don't know, it's hard to explain, but you can kind of understand. I mean, I can kind of understand it. It's hard wording. So we're gonna do data set a sync. I'm going to do the same thing, player.userid, the key for the player, then comma, comma, player dot size dot player dot, sorry, not size, player dot leader stats dot size dot value. Now I'm pretty sure right in the user ID we're going to do dot size. So this is the key, we're using it in the data store, and this is the key for the player, and comma is what we're going to save basically, and the first parameter is what we're going to save in, and we're going to save it in this key, which is size, because we're saving size, and we're going to basically duplicate this for the other values as well. So we're going to copy this. I'm not sure if it's correct. I'm going to check right now. I'm going to check my other game. Let's see. I just want to make sure this is correct, because I'm not exactly pro on this. I'm not pro. Okay. So same thing. Let's replace the values. Okay, coins and rebirths. Make sure you type this correctly. Make sure you don't make any spelling mistakes. Okay, so we save these. We save all of these values in the correct keys for the stats. Now it should go correctly. Now after the function, so we're going to do if error message, then warn error while saving. Okay. Now after that, I think it should be done, right? Should be finished. The data store. I'm gonna check real quick on the thing on my previous script. So we've done coins equal data get XP. Okay, we did the same thing. If it equals nil, okay, we've done that. Player removing success error pickoff function. You send a single player.coins. Okay, boom, bam, boom. Okay, this should work completely fine. Now, it might not work, probably because of a stupid mistake, because I make a lot of mistakes, honestly. If you're scripting, you do make a lot of mistakes. That's just normal. Okay, so this is what we're saving. We're gonna, let's see, okay, we should be pog. Okay, now let's play this. Let's see if it saves our values. So we're gonna get our hot dog again. Let's get a hot dog. So we have 1 size and 1 coins. Okay. Oh, it doesn't. Okay, hold on. Oh, sorry. Make sure when you do data stores, oh, you have to publish your game. Sorry, I didn't publish my game. I just started completely like this. So make sure to do hot dog game. Hot dog game. Oh, wow, that's funny. Okay, make sure you publish your game. Boom. And also, in addition to that, make sure you, on security, game settings, security, allow API services. Boom. And let's see if this works now. So we're going to click on our hot dogs again, once again. Boom, bam, bing, bam, boom, bam. Okay, we got bigger. Let's see. I probably won't make it as big, by the way, because I think you need to make a different script for that. But don't worry, I might put that in the future. Okay, so we have our same size, same coins, same amount of coins. And yeah, I hope you enjoyed this part one. Oh my god, I'm gonna say fart one. Part one of this simulator series that has been suggested by me from a cool guy named Kuffy. I don't know how to pronounce his name. But yeah, I hope you enjoyed this video. If you want some more, or part 2 of this video, probably, comment down below, like the video, subscribe, because subscribing is for cool people only, and same with liking. Liking is only for cool people. So if you're cool, you should probably like the video because it's cool, and I'll probably make more videos if you do. So I hope you have a nice day, and I'm jumping off.